Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into how you can build a personalized AI knowledge base that actually, works for you using Google's NotebookLM.
All right, let's just jump right in with a problem that I'm pretty sure everyone has felt. You're working on a big project, and your information is just everywhere. And somehow it's nowhere at the same time, especially when you really need it.
Your screen probably looks a little something like this, right? A dozen browser tabs blinking at you, PDFs saved on your desktop, a bunch of YouTube tutorials in your watch later list that you never get to, and notes scattered across who knows how many Google Docs. This digital chaos, it doesn't just feel messy. It makes it nearly impossible to connect ideas or find what you need, wasting hours of your valuable time.
But what if you could take all that chaos and, transform that entire mess into a single, intelligent, personal wiki? A place where all your research lives together and you can ask it questions instantly. And that's exactly where NotebookLM comes in. It's an AI research partner from Google, but with one crucial, absolutely game-changing difference from other chatbots. It grounds its knowledge only in the documents you give it. This means its answers are always based on your material with citations, so it's not going to just make stuff up.
And getting started, it's honestly as simple as 1, 2, 3. You create a new notebook for a project, you add your sources, which can be almost anything as we're about to see, and you immediately start a conversation with your own materials. The barrier to entry here is pretty much zero.
And this is where it gets really powerful. Just look at how versatile this thing is. Yeah, we're talking research papers, reports, Google Docs, but also web articles, and even the transcripts from YouTube videos or audio files. You can finally pull that hour-long lecture and a 50-page report into the same conversation.
So here's where your mindset has to shift a little bit. You're moving away from passive storage to active synthesis. You're no longer just asking, hey, where's that file? You're asking these really complex questions that require understanding across multiple sources at once, and NotebookLM will go find the answer and show you exactly where it got the information from. Okay, but asking questions, that's just scratching the surface. The real superpower is a new feature that basically transforms NotebookLM from a research assistant into your own personal data analyst.
Oh man, we all know the old way, right? That painful process of manually digging through documents, copying and pasting little bits of info into a spreadsheet, hoping you didn't mess anything up. Well, the new way is fundamentally different.
So just imagine this for a second. You've just uploaded, say, 10 messy, totally unstructured reports about your competitors. Instead of blocking out your entire afternoon to read and transcribe them, you just give NotebookLM one simple instruction like this.
And boom, here's the magic. NotebookLM doesn't just summarize the text, it actually reads all that qualitative, unstructured text and synthesizes it into a clean, quantitative, and perfectly structured table. It turns paragraphs of description into a direct, at-a-glance comparison.
And crucially, the structured data isn't trapped. With a single click, it's right there in Google Sheets, ready for you to sort, filter, and build charts. NotebookLM instantly bridges that gap between raw information and truly actionable data.
So you see, this feature isn't just some neat little trick. It actually creates an entire modern knowledge workflow, taking you all the way from a jumbled folder of random files to presentation-ready insights in a fraction of the time. This timeline really lays out the whole journey, from total chaos to perfect clarity. You gather your stuff, you ask questions to synthesize it, you tell it to structure that info into a table, and then you export it. You can even generate a first draft of a slide deck from your insights. A workflow that would have taken days before, now you can knock it out in a single session.
And the capacity here is pretty impressive. We're talking about the ability to analyze up to 50 distinct sources in a single notebook. Imagine combining a dozen research papers, transcripts from 20 different video interviews, and another 18 web articles, and having them all just talk to each other.
But honestly, it's not really about the number of files you can store. It's about a fundamental change. You're transforming a static, kind of dead folder of documents into a living, intelligent, and unified database that actually works for you. So what does this all mean? It really brings us to the final big question. This whole thing. It's not just about taking better notes or saving a little time. It's about building a genuine second brain, an AI partner that's grounded in your own information, capable of finding connections and surfacing insights you might have totally missed otherwise. So the real question is, what will you build with it?